Good morning, you Tubalonians. Guess what kind of aircraft we're standing by? On. Can you guess? Have you guessed it yet? Good morning, you Tubalonians. I'm here in the city of, well, the town, I guess you could call it, of Beulah, North Dakota. Little town, I thought I'd bring you along. I'm at the airport, and I'm at the airport in Beulah. The power plant in the background. As I pull up this morning, look what I see sitting here on the ramp. You guys want to see this. This is a DC-3 from 1942. This DC-3 goes to air shows, and they had a big air show here, or a special event last weekend, in which this aircraft came over from Fargo to be on display. So we're going to go take a look at this. Thought you guys might want to see this. I pulled up and I was ecstatic because there's this DC-3 here that's not always here. It's usually at the Fargo Air Museum in Fargo, North Dakota. But they had a special event last weekend and the aircraft is on display for that. So I get to go see it. And if I'm nice, maybe I'll bring you along. If you're nice, I'll bring you along. Butte. Can you imagine seeing a DC-3 sitting here? This is from 1942. It is from the Fargo Air Museum. This DC-3 flies. I've seen it in the air. I've seen it in air shows. And it's on display today for you guys to see. Just for you, right? Do you believe me? Here's some stuff. Built in 1942. Its weight is 12,586 pounds. Has a 97-foot wings tip to wingtip span. Tip to tail is 68 feet. Has two 120 horsepower engines. That's a little bit more than my fishing boat. 50 gallons per hour of fuel per engine. So it burns 100 gallons an hour. Could carry 30 troops. Gross weight of 20,000 pounds. 90 mile per hour takeoff speed. 150 mile per hour cruise. And the top speed of 180 miles per hour. Look at this beautiful DC-3. This was one of my favorite aircraft growing up as a kid, and seeing them in air shows and things. I don't remember when I was little if they actually were in service, but used in the military and used as an airliner, actually, back in the day, in the 1940s and 50s. Sorry, I don't know any details about DC-3s, but other than they're beautiful. And they're also slow. Here's the door. Go in and take a look. Bring you along. There's where the coffee service would be. Oh, look at this stuff. The old communications. Phone to Major Tom to ground control. Manufactured by Canada Air. How cool is that? I wonder if it works. The lavatory. When I was a kid, I thought lavatory was not a bathroom. I thought it was a laboratory. The teacher says, "Let's go to the lavatory, children." I'm like, yes, we get to go play with science. No, I had to go potty. Big deal. Okay, this is the interior of a DC-3. I've never been in a DC-3 in my life. And neither of you until now. Well, maybe you have. And if you have, please write in the comments. I'd like to know if you ever had been in a DC-3 as either a passenger or a crew, or in the military. This is the ELT that if they crash, this puts out an alarm so that people know when it is, or where it is. It's a locator beacon is what it is. Sortie, I know that military term means, I didn't know it meant exit. It means to get out. I thought it meant mission. Here's your light, the door lock and seal. Look at the interior of this beauty. This is so cool. These are coffee. They still make them like that. The waste back there. Laboratory. No pas fumer. How many languages? What, we're in French? Huh. Why would it be in French? Oh, because of Canada, probably. This probably came from Canada. You have these on your current airliners. A little air nozzle that keeps you from getting airsick. Your reading light. And I don't know what that does. It's not pressurized because it's not round windows. So I don't know what altitudes this flies at. Here's the history of Dougie. Mitch Carley apparently has something to do with this aircraft. Age 12 in 1973. Dougie is born. This aircraft was probably restored, I'm assuming then, because I know it's a 1942 model. Here's the Dougie team. Can be seen at the Fargo Air Show and probably other air shows. This plane was picked. It was the North Dakota Air Guard, 2004. Painted 45 gallons of yellow paint. Looks like he got some on his glasses. And 2005. Look at that fresh paint. All right. And Dougie debuts at the Air Museum, Fargo Air Museum, becomes part of the National Aviation Hall of Fame in 2005. Hope you can see this okay with the lighting. So this is some other flying history back here. Back in the day, 41, 42, that's when this aircraft, DC-3, was manufactured. So, seat racks, they make them the same way now. The seats just attach wherever you want to put them. And that's how you can get 30 passengers, 30 troops on board this aircraft. That hauls a lot of troops. It's a tail dragger, so we're walking uphill right now. Defense de fumeur means defend against fumes. If you're French, tell me if I'm right. How could I not be? Fumeur is smoke, and defense is defense. Centuria SVP, I don't no idea what that means. If you're French, tell me what that means. If you used to fly on this aircraft, definitely fill us in, and I'll put what you write into the description. I'm assuming these look like avionics to me, which are the airplane radios. Look at all those. That can all fit in my cell phone now. All that stuff. If you've ever been a pilot in the military or in the civilian life and flown a DC-3, please write in the comments, and I will put the information you give us into the description. Look at all these things that go bing. From a Monty Python movie. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. Windshield defroster. Cool. This is where you plug in your headsets. Stuff with hot air and cold air. And oh, look at that fan. That's how you keep a pilot cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. Sun visors. These are the radios for communication. Now up in here, I'll probably be able to tell you what these are. These are all the lights, autopilot switch. Wow, this has an autopilot. That's pretty cool. For 1942, you have your instrument lights, your avionics, which is the aviation term for radios, some more radios, lots of radios, and then lights, and then electrical system. They look just the same nowadays when you fly a current airplane, unless it's digital. Then you have your airspeed indicator, your attitude indicator, your altimeter, turn and bank coordinator, and heading indicator. That's the direction you're flying. 120 is southeast bound. Climb and descend rate. That's your VOR navigation, which is a way to to find where you are. Here's your fuel tanks. This is your throttles. This is your props controls, and this is the mixture. If you run a boat, you'll know what I mean. This is how rich your fuel is to the engines. These are piston engines. There's your fuel gauges, fuel pressure, oil pressure, all the engine gauges. They're pretty standard. And then you have another set of gauges for the co-pilot. They're the duplicate of what's over here. So there you have what the flight deck of a DC-3 looks like. I've never been in one. I don't fly these. But I'm just giving you the information that I see on the placards. Looks like Douglas aircraft, which I think became maybe McDonnell Douglas aircraft later. I don't know. If you know, just write in the comments. More info would be helpful. Here's the model and serial number and date, 1950. I think they started building these in 1942, but this is saying that this aircraft, overhauled. Okay, so it was overhauled in 1950. Pay attention. Hydraulics, that's probably for the gear. Look at how detailed that is. There's your landing gear latch. So this gear retracts to help this aircraft go faster. Look at the yoke. It's on a big long stand that moves back and forth. Boy, I bet you gotta have some muscles to fly this thing. Very small windscreen. But who needs to see outside when you're going 180 miles an hour? So that's what the cabin looks like. And now here's the passenger compartment, or the cargo. This aircraft was used for both. Can stand fully upright. This is actually a kid's dream of mine, to be able to stand and walk in the DC-3. And I could have seen it at air shows, but there's always far too many people to come in here and film it for you. Ah, look, the emergency exit. So aren't I nice to bring you YouTubeolonians along with me and to see a DC-3? This is cool. Well, YouTubeolonians, that's a DC-3 for you. If you've never been in one, you've got to go see one. Just the smells and sounds of walking through one of these is a piece of history like none other. You've seen them in movies. DC-3s are very, very popular in movies, especially about the old days, you know, before my time. But this DC-3 is absolutely a surprise for me. I didn't even know it was here. I happen to have my camera along, so that means I brought you along. Aren't I nice? Oh, look, they made a sign just for me. They must have known I was coming to town. And now I will show you a time lapse of a beautiful sunset just for you. Hope you enjoy it. Remember, if you like this video, please give a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these videos, please subscribe. And I'd love to hear your comments down in the comments box below. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the sunset. Thanks for watching, guys.